Cuffs are off, man. Get right. Too many left in these leagues, but I ain't gonna...
Hey everybody, Adam Rank here. What's up everybody? It's Marcus Grant from NFL Network.
This is AJ Dillon of the Green Bay Packers.
I got to give a shout out to y'all at Get Right Fantasy.
If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You want to lose your league? Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network. You got to get right with the Get Right Fantasy Network.
Best of luck with your podcast. Appreciate the support.
And you're tuned in to watch my boys at Get Right Fantasy Network. Get you right. Enjoy the show.
Marking nothing, but I tune every Friday. Strategies provided, I will lock in every way. So go and roll your sleeves up, yeah. Go and roll your sleeves up. And I'm getting down, cause I roll my sleeves up. And I'm getting right, cause I roll my sleeves up.
What up? What up? What up? What up? I threw another one in there for you guys. Hey,
let's go.
Welcome back, Overreactions. Need to add somebody? You came to the right place. The citizen already got questions. Ron Collis here. We got Rasta here. And we got the champ. Big
What
Frank.
Up? How's it going?
Up, boys?
Look at what the cat drug in, man. How's it going, man? We could just spend a whole show here talking to you. I bet you the people watching right now probably don't even know who you are.
Right.
Dude,
Why don't you tell the people who I was gonna say, let's tell the people who's here.
Hey, I'm fresh out of prison. I'm like the Harry O of death row, you know?
Right?
No, I don't even know who that is. Watch too many documentaries.
There we go, man. What's up, everybody, man? As you guys know, like he said, I'm Rasta, here with the Get Right Fantasy Network with Frank and our boy Dustin, man, chasing $1 million in the house tonight. One of the OGs, man. This is the original founders of Get Right Fantasy Network. We were just on taping our 1,000 subscriber video, so make sure you guys go check that out and leave the comment so you could be eligible for that ring that we've been talking about here for the last couple weeks since we hit that 1,000 subscribes. But yeah, man, a lot of our newer viewers here. There you go. Looking out, Frank. But yeah, a lot of our new viewers don't even know Dustin, man. He hasn't really quite been on this season, man. Life happens. Things come up. As you guys know, we're in our 3rd season here. But he's one of the OGs, man, one of the founding fathers here of Get Right Fantasy Network, man. You go back and check out our original videos and you'll see this man here even before Classic Mike got here with us. He's the one who actually found Classic Mike and brought him onto the team. So a lot of this stuff wouldn't happen. He's also the man, the genius behind the Get Right Fantasy Tournament of Champions. So that was his idea as well. So Dustin's doing things in the background, helping us go. With our social media, Twitter following, things like that. Just doesn't have as much time to get on camera here anymore. But he's a big part of what we do here, man. So hopefully you guys throw him some love here in the chat. As you guys know, man, we're here for the Overreaction show and waiver wire targets. We're going to be giving out some game balls like we do every Monday as well. And for those of you guys who are new, make sure you check us out, man. We're here 4 times a week. Again, Mondays we do that Overreaction. Wednesdays we're doing roster management, or as you guys like to know how I call it, the Rasta management show, and buy, sell, trade targets that we do. Fridays, Classic Mike and I are going to be back here. I'll be joining him finally this Friday for our game-by-game start-sit show. And of course, always, we're taking your live chats, answering those questions that you guys drop in the chats there. And then Classic's back here again Sunday for our 4th show of the week, doing our active and inactive lists. So if you guys want to skip around, just get to the trade targets, or maybe just listen to who our game balls are for this week, make sure you guys go check out the description. Check out those timestamps and the chapters that we put in there. So if you only have a little bit of time, can't listen to our full podcast here, you could just check out those chapters there. And more importantly, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you're watching and you're not subscribed. And if you are already subscribed, make sure you hit that like button so we can continue to grow past this 1,000 subscriber mark, man. So with that said, Frank, Dustin, man, I'll go with Frank first. How was your week 9, brother? How'd the fantasy gods treat you this week?
I had a 50-50 this week. Just some rough week for me, honestly. I actually forgot to start a running back, and when he was on a bye week, I still got the win on that one.
Rookie move.
I really did. I missed that team. I don't even have that many teams, to be honest, to be like missing like that. But I honestly, I failed. but I still got the win out of that one, so it didn't go so bad, right? I mean, it could have scored.
Oh, still won with a guy on a bye. It happens to me, man.
Terrible. But I did lose to you. Keenan Allen did not show up tonight's game. So it is what it is, but I did I'm on a 2-game winning streak in the Rock Stompers, coming back from the bottom here, but you never know. I could get a nice win streak and still I looked at the numbers. I could still inch in there.
It ain't over.
It
ain't over.
It ain't over.
There you go. So what's up? What's up, Dustin? How week 9 treat you, man, in the fantasy realm?
Man. Hey, my teams, I can't lie. Even my ones that were doing good, like just running away with first place, like it took a certain level of skill to lose as many games as I did this week. And I'm talking about just powerhouses, and I just was getting ran by people like how, like Frank said, like they're not changing their lineup. Like I'm struggling to put up 100 points in these leagues where I'm putting up 200. It was a rough damn week.
Hey, I did notice
worst week to hop on the show,
Right. I'm gonna put you on the spot like that too. My bad. But I did notice, like I was just telling Classic as we were recording our 1,000 subscriber giveaway show. I noticed that like it was in one of our leagues, the 7th, 9th, 11th, and 12th place winners had the 4 or 5, however many I just listed off, highest scores this week. So it was almost like the teams that were doing bad, like because all of the better teams maybe had some guys on bye weeks, and you're just kind of filling some guys in there. Whereas those other teams who have been, not doing so well, all of a sudden their guys, are the ones who popped off this week. But we're talking, we had like
tough
5
matchups too.
Yeah, 5 backup like quarterbacks with people on bye. I mean, it just affected fantasy all around. Just the scoring all around was just wonky.
Look at the Kelce's and the Tyreek Hill and people that are top performers for you every week did next to nothing this week. And so it's like the guys that carry you. And then you look at Herbert had a tough week. Dak did decent.
My Chargers defense that I streamed out of just desperation scored more than Herbert and Keenan Allen combined, and I was playing all 3 of them tonight for a comeback win. Yeah, for a comeback win, all because of the and I missed out on that touchdown at the very end too. That would have been even better.
Right. And you got like the Pukas and Cooper Cubs, and with Matthew Stafford out, like it just is a tough week.
Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting game ball.
We talked about.
Then you guys you guys get guys like on the bench like Dalton Schultz or Tank Dell.
Dalton Schultz balled out.
But I got him on the bench. It's like,
Oh, and I did start Dak over CJ Stroud, but like, CJ Stroud was QB1, Dak was QB2. I mean, but it was still a difference of
Herbert.
Yeah, it was still a difference of like 20 points though, man.
Yeah,
I was like,
the week that he goes off. He's doing good. He's a really good season.
For sure. A lot of stuff going on there, man. So before we get into it all the way, man, we got to thank our sponsor. We got to thank our sponsor, TrophySmack.com, man. We talked about it earlier, our 1,000 subscriber ring. Again, make sure you guys go check out our 1,000 subscriber giveaway video. Make sure you leave your comment. Make sure you're subscribed to all the affiliate channels as well, and we're going to give that thing away. But while you're in that description, make sure you check out TrophySmack.com. If you guys want a customized ring like this, maybe even a belt, trophy, or your Kirk Cousins chain, RIP Kirk Cousins, for the season. But make sure you guys go check out TrophySmack.com, man. Use that promo code GetRight at checkout, and that helps support the channel. So just wanted to get that read in there real quick, guys. Sorry about that.
For sure. No. Somebody got to pay the bills at some point here.
There we go.
So close,
you get the idea.
So
you get the idea.
So we want to do the big takeaway for the week, Ant?
Yeah, man. So yeah, what's your biggest takeaway, man?
Me, I'm going to roll with my the guy that just got traded because we were talking about it. Remember?
Damn it! You're gonna take mine.
We should have given it to Dustin first. He's almost like the guest right now.
Hey,
Go
Tom.
ahead.
All right. Nah, hey, you earned it.
No,
Go ahead, Frank.
he was just. I was just like, the starting quarterback gets hurt. He gets traded over there. We were wondering why he got benched or whatever. He was good for this other guy. That's why he got traded. Next, he ends up in Minnesota. The guy goes down. He has to take the job. He steps up into the plate, and he has a decent fantasy game. He ends up going 20 completions, 30 attempts, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. He ends up getting 66 yards on the ground.
More importantly, 66 yards on the ground.
And another touchdown on the ground as well. Did have some, fumbles and interceptions and whatnot happening here. Three fumbles, 2 fumbles lost. But it did give you 24.9 points on the day. Joshua Dobbs turned it up over there, in Minnesota. He's going to, obviously he's going to have the starting job the rest of the way. And that dude's just balling out, man. He's just taking every opportunity that's coming his way and doing the best he can with it. And good for him. He's going to be a pickup next year at center at some point, hopefully.
There you go.
Minnesota, you know what I mean? Like him
Josh
with
Dobbs.
Jay Jettis.
Hey, shout out to people like me that dropped him in a Dynasty. Hey, when he's sitting behind Deshaun in the offseason, you try to trade him really hard, nothing happened, and then it's good to see him. You guys watch the video? There's this Vikings fan, and he shaves off his eyebrows like in support of Josh Dobbs. I'll have to send you the video, man.
Nice.
Oh man, that's great.
It's Josh Dobbs season.
QB4, man, overall, 28.92 points off the bench. Didn't even start the game, and ends up as the QB4 overall. So maybe a snapshot into the future of a potential game ball there. But since Dustin, he maybe took yours there that you were thinking of. Anything else you have? Maybe one of your biggest takeaways, good or bad, from Week 9?
I hate to be a homer.
Go for it.
Was it me?
No, it's for you. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I hate to be a homer, but my boy CD.
Ooh.
Yes.
The real deal. That's 2 games in a row. They're kind of letting Dak. Kind of looks like he's getting to do his thing out there. Obviously, ups and downs during the game. Good ass game. No hate to the Eagles, anything like that. But it seems like he wants CD to be that man. He's letting him eat. I thought. I won't take somebody else's. I was just gonna go back to Tyreek. Like I thought that was awesome. You love to see him go against his old team, especially when they just dropped the news of how he got traded. They basically, he was trying to bluff Kansas City, and then everybody else was like, we'll pay you. Moms came in and said, hey, there's no taxes over here. So he wanted to go play with Zach Wilson. I guess he was a Jets fan or something like that. And then he's like, hey, Miami has no taxes. So he ended up over there. Just crazy story. So I thought that was a cool game, even though I'm over these 6 a.m., 6:30 games for us California guys. Like, how do we
you about to block 7 rings over there? Yeah, I was going to say you're about to block them there. And we're going to get in the chat, man. So make sure you guys, if you do have any questions, comments, man, drop them in the chat. We will get to it. We're just kind of enjoying having Dustin here on. It's been a while. So this is how the podcast basically originally started. It was just us 3 talking football. We're like, let's throw a camera on and start a show.
We got
and so here we are.
Doing the GRFN 1000, but that goes on the other video.
Gotta watch the video.
You gotta watch the other video.
And he's so close. Are we gonna be Are we gonna like check spelling or I know he corrected it the next one.
I know you put up the wrong one, but yeah, he did get it in there. He did get it in there correctly. Some of us are
around before these hashtags.
Right.
Were even a thing, right? So pound.
Yeah,
pound. Our older generation,
like pound. The tic tac toe square.
Yeah.
Make sure you hit that Neanderthal. Because we do like a random picker, and you have to actually have it spelt like that and everything in order to get selected. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
we got Martin in the house. What's up, Martin? How's it going? He's saying, "What up, my guys?" So appreciate it. Make sure you guys go check out Dynasty Pylon. Links in the description for our boy over there. Wednesday shows, man. He does those Gridiron Heights, so he's on right before us. We come on a little bit after. Those Gridiron Heights, man. Those shows are hilarious. Have you watched those, Dustin?
Yeah,
those Gridiron Heights. Oh, okay. Yeah, I sent it to Frank. And did you ever watch? I don't even follow up with you. Did you think that was hilarious or what?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I've watched them.
Oh, okay.
Not all of them. I've watched some.
Oh, see, I barely just started watching them like last year,
really?
Through Martin. He introduced them to me. Yeah, I had no idea they were there. So, it's because it's from Barstool. Remember you told? Isn't it Barstool that does those?
I don't even know who does them.
No, I don't know if I could even say that on our podcast, but we might get shut down because of that. But yeah, either way, make sure you guys go check them out.
Hey, Dave, we love you. Let us go, Brad.
All right. So let's get in the chat, man. Let's answer some questions. We got people in here. We got the citizen coming in saying, I have Cup, Chase, and Adams. What do I do? Cup has fallen off, and so is Adams. He's 3-6, 2 games out of the playoffs. What kind of receiver can I get for Cup and Adams? So what are you doing here, man?
Tight. Yes, sit tight, my guy. Hey, if you could trade Devontae, then hey, so be it. But you sit tight. You're not trading both these guys. We know why Cup fell off. Obviously, like he missed the games, and then now Stafford's out. But to trade both of them for a receiver, I need number 1 overall. And I'm going to need a running back with it.
I don't know if
Yeah, but who's giving that up right now for Adams? That's the problem. Is you're
nobody.
You're
That's why you're
low
sitting
and you're buying low. Yeah, you just with that kind of team, man. Now you got Chase dealing with the back injury right now too. He's questionable this week. This dude may not even have
T. Higgins. Go get you some T. Higgins.
Can you imagine starting the season with Cup, Adams, and Chase? Just thinking like, just give me the belt now. Give me the money now.
Hey, I'm him. Hey, look at this.
and now you're sitting at 3-6 9 weeks later. That's incredible. Gotta love fantasy football, man. So Citizen, I appreciate you coming out, man. I think I agree. I think you got to hold tight. If not, like you're selling for guys like maybe T. Higgins, and you're hoping he bounces back. He looks pretty good.
Yeah, been holding tight.
He's been holding tight, and that's what happened. Yeah, 1 or 2 more losses, and he's pretty much out of it at that point, depending on how many playoff spots are in your league. But yeah, I mean,
8 out of 12 make it, or 6 out of 10 or something, and just hey, get that 6th spot. Let him get right.
Hey, but like how you did that.
But honestly,
it's like you never left.
Devontae, I like them having Aiden, and weirdly enough, I streamed Raiders defense this week because I felt like they were going to have that jolt. They got rid of McDaniels, who, I mean, it's no secret that everybody hated him. So I felt like they were going to play rejuvenated. Obviously, they didn't play like a hardcore team to be scared of. So they're going to find a way. It's going to take some time. But, I mean, Devontae Adams is one of the top X amount of receivers. I won't say.
Yeah.
I never thought.
I mean, would you try to trade Cup for like maybe Tank Dell?
No.
Like, are you taking that kind of chance? Like, just some crazy upside. Are you trading him for maybe Jalen Waddle? Kind of banged up right now. Maybe he has a better second half. Good playoff schedule. Should have some competitive games. I
traded Waddle before the season, so I was all in on Tyreek. Jalen's nice. I'm not saying he's not, but it's too many weapons in Miami. So you got to feed Tyreek to keep him happy. And then, I mean, look at the running backs. We're going to get to the Mostert question. Like Mostert and Achan, I'm going to say it wrong. They both ate. Right. When they were on the field, they both ate. So
off like 12 touches each. They were scoring like more than people getting 20 touches. Yeah.
As a Niner fan, hey, Mostert's always been that guy. He just
he was my guy. Yeah.
You had to get a second. It's like Elijah Mitchell, who's a great handcuff. We might get to him in the pickup, but like you are the handcuff. If CMC goes down, like these guys are starting running backs that just injured.
Yeah. Here, Frank, I'll switch with you. I don't need to say my ugly mug.
I know how to do this now.
Check them out. Just be careful what you're clicking over there.
I just got front row seats, man. It was like a Make-A-Wish, and I got to like sit here and watch you guys. Like, I'll be gone in no time.
You won a listener league, so you can come on here and hang out with us.
That's how I feel.
But no. So my only thing is I just want to ask you guys if you could turn Cup and Adams into like, let's say Higgins and Olave, would you kind of be okay with that? Trying to do a little reset, or just hoping for some, good things attaching to kind of better quarterbacks there and seeing what happens. I mean, you got Olave playing in domes for the rest of the year. I think they only have one outside game.
I would go for it because
just to switch shit up.
At this point, you got to change things up if you can and do it before the trade deadline. And you already know what you got, and you got some bad situations. You know what I mean? They're still fantasy relevant, and there's still points there. You just don't, it's not like the ceiling that they used to have. Now you're at the floor that they do have, which is still high floor.
I guess you can't do Higgins because you already got Chase. So maybe that was a bad example for that specifically. But maybe like a Devonta Smith.
I think Devontae Smith.
Hell no.
Would you trade both of them just for Steph Diggs? I know Dustin's answer is probably yes. If you were going to do it, that would be the one guy you would take for both of them.
No.
You still wouldn't even do that? See, you got to just
Honestly,
hold tight.
because
I'd go down with the ship
here-
at that point.
Deontay Johnson.
This is a good
here's-
question, Citizen. Normally we don't take this long on a question, but this is a really good situation right
here's
here.
my thing. Your problem is, and I don't know what your league settings are, if you're PPR or anything like that. Your problem is not receiver. You're probably in a league that favors QBs more, favors running backs more. So I wouldn't even be trying to do receiver for receiver. You're weak somewhere, and most people this year, you're super weak at quarterback. There's a lot of guys who drafted 2 quarterbacks, that kind of thing. You're weak at tight end. You're weak in other places. So I think trying to just swap and see who's going to have a better year. Look at the names that you have. Look at the players that you have, like the talent that you have. Your problem is not having enough receivers or the right receivers. It's elsewhere.
You could have picked up Noah Brown off the waiver wire this week and got 21.3 half PPR points.
Yeah, and then Cooper Kupp, like obviously.
Yeah, who got like 4.2.
That was super sarcastic because who's hey.
Noah Brown over Cooper Kupp. Welcome to Fantasy Football, man. 2023.
You say that
We're here.
this week, and you think you say Cooper Kupp now this week?
Right? I got it that decision because I got Kupp and Nakua in one team, and luckily I won. But I'm gonna be sitting at 7-2, so I think I have the ability to just kind of I built up enough wins early to where I can kind of just see how it all plays out. Yeah, just see how it all plays out.
It's not why we're here,
So,
Anthony.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We got to talk about our game. So let's move on. We got Derek here.
But
He's saying,
I did sit.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying, hey, you had to know Stafford was out. So obviously there's
I
not
started
a lot
Kupp,
of
but I did
receivers that are out there.
sit
But
Nakua.
yeah.
I played Cooper, Collins, and Kupp. I should have played Dotson over Kupp, and then I would have been good. But
Yeah.
I still got depth on my bench, so I feel okay.
Saying that before this week though just sounds like blasphemy.
Right? That's why I had to leave Kupp in there. I couldn't get crazy. I took both of them out. I took one of them out. I made the right start at least between the two. Anyway, so we got Derek.
Starters.
There you go. Start your studs. Derek says, Mostert or Monty rest of season, half PPR. He's thinking of trading for Monty. He has a great playoff schedule. My guy. And the Dolphins have one of the toughest. So, and then, of course, Achane coming back like we talked about. So how are you guys leaning? Mostert or Monty? Frank, we'll go to you first.
I have Monty, and I'm going to lean towards him, although he's probably going into a timeshare as well. But I think he's still going to be like the man. He's going to be the RB1 versus the RB2. I think Mostert, on the other hand, is going to be the RB2 once Achane gets back. And, they do eat pretty good. But, we just had – who'd you pick up, Anthony? I forgot the guy's name. Jeff Wilson Jr., who also just ate some touches on Mostert this week. He actually started, and then Mostert
and Savon Ahmed.
Yeah, and Savon Ahmed. Yeah, came in there doing some work. So
I had McCaffrey and ETN on a bye, and Ken Walker. Or basically, he was on a bye. He didn't score many points, but he was in my lineup. Right? But yeah, I had to throw Jeff Wilson Jr. in there in the Dynasty League. Still got the W.
To me, it's Monty easily, and especially since you're saying plus Achane back in 1 week, most likely. Yeah, for sure. So Monty for sure.
What about you, Dustin? Monty or Mostert?
I'm gonna call Money Mostert.
Money Mostert, let's go.
Hey,
the only one who hasn't been hurt,
right? He has been there, reliable.
When did we
would have come in the league thinking Mostert was going to be one of the most injury-prone guys, which is why he was being drafted like dead last round, and ends up being the only guy in his own backfield that hasn't missed time yet this year due to an injury.
That's pretty much all of the Dolphins.
Ahmed, Achane, and Joe Fulson all down. Actually, all 3 on IR. He's never even missed a game.
Hey, and if you look, Waddle being hurt, Tua being hurt, the Dolphins, he knows what he's doing over there.
Right. So they're on a bye this week. Then they get Las Vegas. The Jets is going to be a tough defense, as we saw tonight. But they did give up 2 touchdowns to Eckler. Then they get Washington, who just traded all their guys away. Tennessee, they're a little tough against the run. But then they get Jets, Dallas, Baltimore in the playoffs, which is why I kind of like Waddle a little better. But that is a rough playoff schedule.
Jets,
probably
Dallas,
3 of the
Washington?
tough. Yeah, it's probably 3 of the toughest rush defenses that you can get.
Honestly. Hey, Washington's not even going to matter once you go through those first 2. You got to survive those 2 to even Worry about
Yeah.
that.
Well, Washington's right before. You get Washington right before, but the playoffs, that's what you're looking at. Playoff: Jets, Dallas, Baltimore. That's tough. Yeah, I'm definitely going Monty. Just because of that. Not even because Monty has a great playoff schedule, but more so Mostert's kind of sucks. So there you go. And we've been talking about on the Wednesday show we've been trying to trade Mostert for the last 2 weeks. His value is just kind of going a little more down as Achane gets a little closer. So hopefully you already moved off, possibly. So we got Will Hayes in here saying, should I drop Roshan Johnson for Keontae Mitchell?
Keontae Mitchell. Ooh.
Or Keaton Mitchell. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Keontae Ingram. Keaton Mitchell from Baltimore.
He got off
like 3 carries for like 88 yards and a touchdown or something. Like one of the most ridiculous stat lines I've seen.
It's still, Gus Edwards, the best Edwards over there. I mean, although he does look good, but I don't think they're just going to start giving him the job. He's going to be an RB2 at best, and I think they're going to start working Roshan in more. I would still take Roshan. Keep Roshan. That's just my
What about you, Dustin?
I felt like a dick if I said that. Hey,
go ahead.
I didn't understand your reasoning. I feel like it's the right answer for the wrong reasoning. I'm not saying it's the wrong reasoning.
Works.
Hey, but look at Chicago's running backs. Like, they got a 3-headed running back over there too. So I mean, this is a horrible position to be in. They're 2 great running backs, and I feel like it's one of those things where we kind of see things too early. So to like these guys, like I'm with Frank. Roshan, I drafted Roshan in a lot of leagues, more than I care to admit. But it's like they're not giving him shit. And then with Justin Fields being hurt, like he's not getting anything. So it's like you're rolling the dice, and if this is what you're looking at, like you got bigger problems. Like for high side, like let's hope Baltimore trying to capitalizes on it and gives Mitchell the ball more, and I would just go for that because it doesn't look like Chicago will never like surprise you in what they do. Like they're gonna mess it up. If Roshan's the best guy out there, he's not gonna get the ball next game. Like,
yeah, but you got to remember, man, Roshan came off that crazy concussion where he was out multiple weeks. It was pretty severe. So I doubt they're gonna come in and just give him 20 touches right away. I mean, he came in against the Chargers, played 36% of the snaps, had 6 carries for 21 yards, had 4 targets, which is what you like to see, only 3 catches for 10 yards. But then last week against New Orleans, they are kind of getting beat, kind of bad, or it's a fairly close game, I guess. But 29% of the snaps, only 2 carries, 1 catch, 1 target for 9 yards. So it's not kind of the direction you want to go. You saw Foreman, I believe, got 20 carries in that game, I think, for like 88 yards or something like that. So yeah, just kind of too much going on. If anything, I'd kind of just take the shiny new toy. And I just think Keaton Mitchell's on a better offense in general. So I'd rather just take the guy that's in a better offense, that's probably going to score more points, has a good defense. So they're most likely going to be kind of running out the clock. So maybe there's going to be opportunities for him, not necessarily in garbage time, but just in clock killing mode. So I would just take my chances on the new hot waiver wire toy and go with Keaton Mitchell in this one. And just kind of keep your eye on Roshan and see if his usage starts to pick up. But I don't think anybody's rushing to get him if you drop him at this point.
Yeah.
Right. Fab will be spin on Mitchell this week.
And that's what I'm saying with Frank. Like, hey, good eye. We know that he's the guy. We may be a year early on him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how do you argue?
Just coaching,
18% of the snaps. Yeah, Mitchell only had 18% of the snaps, 9 carries for 138 yards and a touchdown. Like, that's outrageous. That's not going to happen again.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen again.
I'd be safe to say that's probably not going to happen again.
Well, hey, again, I don't have anything in front of me. Like, he broke one long ass.
Yeah, it's a 40-yarder.
He only had 3. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did that to Seattle. That was mind blowing.
15.33 per carry is not a YPC that you could take home to the bank. So there you go. But definitely worth. I would take him over Johnson at this point. Derek's in here saying, "Oh no, there you go."
Roberto Perez, what's up, guys?
Good catch.
Just lost Goddard and have no other tight end. Would like y'all trade Javonte Williams for
no.
Evan Ingram? or do y'all think I would be better off hitting the waiver wire week by week and get a tight end? You're better off going week by week getting the tight end.
Yes, absolutely. You can't
And
find someone like
go get you
Javonte
some
Williams there.
Taysom Hill, Cole Kmet may still be out there. I'll get to the waiver wire pickups here a little later on, but there's plenty of waiver wire tight ends that you could just be picking up and dropping week by week. And some of them you might even just pick up and hold.
He says Javonte's his RB4 right now. He might be your RB1 next week. So the way running backs going, so you want to keep that. Go ahead.
With that being said, I am a huge Javonte guy. I'm making that trade.
Really?
I'm making that trade.
Really for Ingram?
The difference of points between say Evan Ingram or just say tight ends in general and what's on the waiver wire is huge. I think we underestimated that. I think that's why a lot of these Kelsey teams just look at your league right now.
Cade Otton just put up 20 points.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And a half PPR, man.
Go
Jake
to
Ferguson, Cole Kmet.
Go to your
I'm
league.
looking at his points. He went 4 points.
I literally stream tight end. I literally do this every week, and I'm telling you, they're there.
Hey, I'm a huge streamer. Hey, Javonte, he got 4 running backs. If
that's like Taysom Hill scoring 12, 21.
If that's his RB4, we don't even know if they're running a flex or if they're running 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, no flex.
If he's only starting 2 running backs and no flex, I still want Javonte as my RB4. The way things are going. If he made it to week 9 and Javonte still is RB4, like we're literally picking up Keaton Mitchell. We're spending.
We literally just talked about picking up Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah, like people are making an Amari DeMarcado. But I'm just saying, like, but that's what I mean. But Cade Otton did the same thing. The only thing is a lot of people the other people are doing that too. Like the only person that has the advantage over you is maybe the Kelsey owner and maybe the what's it called? The Mark Andrews owner. And most likely, the way they drafted, they're probably not even there. That's what I mean. You got Jonnu Smith out there. Kyle Pitts is probably on the waiver wire, which he should be.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts. You don't want to pick up Kyle Pitts.
He's going to be dropped here soon. He has to be after what Jonnu Smith's been doing. I don't. I haven't been a Pitts guy, so I don't know. But I would assume I would have dropped him already if I would have drafted him that high.
Yeah,
I would have been dropped him.
I've never had a Kyle Pitts share.
Jake Ferguson.
He was, he's on my never even draft list, like, because people love him way too much for my liking. So I just never even have a chance at him, where I would even draft him. So I don't have those problems. Yeah, so I don't really feel bad for them. So yeah. So anyway, so that's where we're at.
Definitely go to the waiver wire and stream a tight end.
Yeah.
And you might even get lucky.
Dustin says the opposite. He says go get Ingram.
But there's 2 to 1. So
Ingram's a baller.
Yeah. So there we go.
Yeah, the thumbs up. What up? What up?
What up? What up? Let's see.
Save me tonight.
Oh, look it. Brooks is saying I missed you, Dustin, and his team's 2-7. I'm allowed to poke fun. So there you go. Yeah, because Brooks is one of our OGs, man. He's been here, I think, since like the first 100. So yeah, he's this is 7 rings on Sleeper.
I know he's a long way.
You guys know 7 rings. Yeah. Yeah, he ain't changing his name anytime soon, unfortunately.
I'd seen something where somebody asked, like, is Belichick going to be coaching the Patriots next year? Like, what?
Probably not. I'll take the under.
You say no?
Yeah, I'll take the under. I don't think they fire him mid-season, but I think there's a good chance that they mutually part ways. Belichick? I think he'll still coach. I just don't think for the Patriots.
We're blaming Belichick?
I'm not. I don't care. I love it. I love that the Patriots fans are feeling this way. They had a decade.
Finally.
Like 20 years. That's what I'm saying. Like, I do not feel bad for them one bit. Yeah, you got 7 rings in 20 years. Like, I'm not feeling bad
they also
whatsoever.
Had like 40 years of being shitty.
Yeah, like Kansas City, like they played in Super Bowl 2 and they didn't even go back until Mahomes. Like they had not been to a Super Bowl in that long. Like I may go an entire lifetime. That's why I'm so pissed that the Niners have lost the last 2 Super Bowls they've been to, because I'm not guaranteed we go back to another Super Bowl in my lifetime. So like those are huge. Like those are huge missed opportunities, and I'm still not ready to talk about it. Anyway, we got to move on. Go ahead. What do we got going on here?
Martin said, so we're gonna see Belichick in Las Vegas.
Hey. McDaniels, right?
Go
ahead, Frank.
So we got Martin Victorious here. Dude, Joey Bosa single-handedly beat me. I was up 16 points going into today. Opponent only had Joey left in his lineup too. So, he plays IDP. So that's rough. And I know you got a number of sacks. I don't know what he ended up with, but he said 16 points going into today. So he must have scored more than 16.
I would say so. It's just based on deduction there.
Yeah.
Hey,
he scored at least 16.1.
Like,
I'm just saying, I don't know what he scored, but obviously
the guy's
he had 6 tackles, 2.5 sacks, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. So, in the point leagues that I'm sure he's playing with those IDPs, that was a very nice night for Joey Bosa. So
the guy's racist. Next question.
That's tough. Are they?
Roberto came back with my league was 2
allegedly.
Backs, 2
we have to say allegedly.
Yeah, you got to throw that in there. 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex, and the best.
I got to renew my. What is that?
On
call legal shield. We need to renew our legal shield. Dustin's back on the show. It's been nice not having to pay that legal shield bill, but now that you're back, I'm gonna have to fork that out again.
One show. Sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry, Frank.
Oh, no, that's all good. He was just pointing out 2 RBs, 2 wide receivers in the flex, and the best tight ends out there is Everett and Kid Otten that he has on the waiver wire.
Yeah, you're good then. Let's throw Everett in there.
You're good. Hey,
you're good.
Yeah.
Those are like the Renegades. You just take a penny, leave a penny at tight end. You just got to do it. Don't hoard the 3 tight ends. Like you just got to leave them out there. It's like for everybody to use for all the non-Kelsey and Andrews owners.
The way that he drafted.
Yeah.
If this is what's okay.
Yeah. Nino Pena is asking, is Bijan worth keeping at the top? Doesn't have any easy schedule at least, but no usage. Yeah. He just doesn't. Yeah, I have Bijan.
What does the P stand for?
At the moment. I think the P just is extra.
At the point.
Oh yeah. Are we too old to understand the slang? The slang text?
That's what I think.
I think we're too old. And
at this point.
At this point. Oh, there we go. See, we figured it out. Hey, we're old over here. If you haven't told, see, we got gray hairs in here. So yeah, we don't know all this cool slang, but so is Bijan worth keeping?
Let's read it again, knowing that it's at this point.
Is Bijan worth keeping at this point? Does have an easy. The rest of it just got messed up. Does have an easy schedule, at least no usage, meaning he's not getting used much. So a lot of it's abbreviated. I got what you said. Don't worry about it. It was good.
We understand you. We got you.
I got the gist of it.
Go ahead.
Hell no.
I have Bijan, and I still roll him out. Hope his coach gets fired soon and somebody unleashes Bijan. But it's just terrible. I can't bring myself to sit him. So, I just keep rolling him out week after week, hoping that, he just gets to bust one of those runs for a touchdown or get something there. Obviously, he's, very talented over there. I think they're just wasting picks over there. But
Arthur needs to be exiled.
You can't trade him. You're not going to get anything for him, really. I don't think there's anybody going to give you too much.
Hey, he's a hard sit for me right now. Like, easy sit.
And an easy buy low in Dynasty.
Well, maybe not. So, with playing Arizona this week in Arizona, if he doesn't have a good game here,
that's it.
I think I'm sitting him. Because then he has a bye, which is easy to sit him on his bye. And then it'll just kind of get you used to not have him in the lineup, and you might like how it feels. So then he comes back, gets New Orleans, then gets the Jets, then gets Tampa Bay. Jets, New Orleans, they have a tough run defense. Tampa Bay, But then in the playoffs, he gets Carolina, Indy, Chicago, which is like one of the best playoff schedules you can get. But if he's not getting any usage, it doesn't matter. It just means Tyler Algier is going to have a great playoff schedule. So
didn't Tyler Algier
what do you do?
He had more carries in him, right? Again, no stats.
Like almost every week, like he's had more carries than him.
But this week, so if we talk about playoff schedule, I like it. But remember, that's Kyle Pitts' same playoff schedule, and he's not getting the ball just like Bijan. They need to fire him. They need to start now. It's just like starting a new quarterback, which they just did. Hey, start with a new coach and let's gel.
So you want to hear something even crazier? So
I just want to say these are one of those teams like the Raiders. Fire the coach and watch how the team turns around. Just out of pure good, fuck that guy. For
real.
Sorry.
So here's something that's even crazier. So let's not even count the the sick game, right? The whole headache.
Yeah.
But let me give you a carry on the last drive for no reason, maybe just so you can get a game check. I don't know
Just
what
so we
the
get
whole point of that.
investigated.
Yeah, something like that. So, not counting that game. So going back to week 6 against Washington, Tyler Algier, 28% of the snaps. Bijan Robinson, 77% of the snaps. Right? Then let's not count this at game week 7. Week 8 against Tennessee, he gets 74% of the snaps last week. Week 9, he gets 61%. Algier only gets 22 and 35. And then against Washington, only got 28. Like, Bijan's playing, but he's not getting the ball when he's in. He's just on the field. He's like part of the all cardio team. Like, that's all he's doing is running routes. Like, or pass blocking. Like, I don't understand.
He's in that
how
Brandon
you not
Cooks role.
use this guy. He's your first round pick. How are you not using him? Like, you're putting him on the field, so you can't even say, oh, we're trying to just keep him healthy for when we can actually make a run. Like, maybe they just understand, hey, we're not going to use him right now because we don't want to put all those touches on him, which is the only like logical thing I can think of that kind of makes sense. Like, they know they're not competing. So,
nothing has been logical. The fact that they drafted him after Tyler Algier had the year that he had
1,000-yard season. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he's a 4.6 40, so like sense. You got to look at improving the position, but still,
he is amazing. He was obviously the top running back prospect, like a once in a lifetime generational talent. Same thing as Kyle Pitts, but
just not used correctly.
This is where talent goes to die, right?
It's like you get that like Lambo that's a stick, but you can't drive a stick. You can only drive an automatic.
Like, yeah.
So fire him up one more game at Arizona. See what happens. After that, he's got New Orleans, the Jets, and Tampa Bay. So 2 tough matchups there to do against New Orleans and the Jets that you may not want to start him with anyways.
I'm starting Algier over him next week.
So if you do move him, if you can trade him now while you still can, and then you don't have to hold him for a bye also.
For sure. Yeah, and I think
last question we got.
I think I'm starting Stevenson over Bijan. I'm gonna go Monty and Stevenson, and I think I'm sitting Bijan against Arizona. I don't know yet, but that's my initial gut reaction. Go ahead. What's the next thing we got? Oh yeah, Roberto. He's an Atlanta fan. You got Martin. He's an Atlanta fan too.
Understand.
So they both don't understand.
Arthur Smith has got to go, and he's more efficient than Algier in all aspects. But what's up, Smoker the Cat? What's up? Thoughts on Bijan to get Amon Ra? I don't think you can get Amon Ra.
I would do that a heartbeat right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
based on everything I just said, yeah, I'll take it.
Redraft.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get Amon Ra for that though. Would you?
Oh, you can. Yeah. There's still people that are on that Bijan train.
I have Amon Ra.
Can you imagine beginning of the season? Can you imagine beginning of the season though?
They were drafted like 5 spots apart. I mean, Bijan was like 7, 8, 9. Amon Ra was like 13, 14, 15. But yeah, where are you taking Bijan now? Yeah, I was gonna say, where are you taking Bijan now if we redrafted today? Like 3rd, 4th round, maybe 5th.
5th or 6th.
Amon, even the first couple games is like shit. I'll give you.
Hey, are you taking Kyron Williams over Bijan right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, healthy.
That's great. Well, yeah. Assuming he's coming back after the bye.
Once he comes back healthy after the bye, he's fire him up.
And you know, I hate Rams running backs. You know, like there's a lot of stuff that's just
crazy.
I got J.K. Dobbins and I hated Ravens running backs. I hate Patriots players. Like
yeah, so do I. And then for whatever reason, the last like minute, I got sucked into Stevenson. He fell like so far by the time we actually started drafting.
That for you. You'll figure it out.
Oh, there you go. No, that's all right. In the beginning, I can know we'll bring it up. So I think we're kind of close here. There we go. With Smokey. Oh, there we go.
Coming back this week, but seriously considering starting Taysom Hill again. You know, he's been scoring 2 touchdowns. Literally not 2 touchdowns, but I mean a touchdown in the last 3 games, and they don't seem to be moving away from him. They're finding different ways to play him. Literally, this last game, I have him up since we're going to talk about him. What was it? There's news here that he went 11 carried the ball for 11 times 52 yards, caught 4 passes for 13 yards and a touchdown, and completed the lone pass attempt for a touchdown. So, crazy. You know, literally 2 touchdowns on the day. Once passing, once receiving. He's rushing the ball. He's doing everything on the team that you can, and they're going to continue to do that. I mean, the dude's balling out. I like the guy. Right now, I literally looked up his stats to try to put him in his stats as a tight end, like he's listed, and I couldn't find him there. I had to find him at a quarterback, and he was more of a wide receiver and a running back than a quarterback because he only threw one pass.
Right.
Literally, he only threw one pass, but I had
Like
to
I think
find
Derrick
his
Henry
stat.
has more passes this year than Taysom Hill does.
Yeah, it's crazy, but he's being used all over the place. But I don't know if I would get crazy and sit Laporta because Lord Porter's like, where's he at?
Yeah,
now?
that's what I was gonna say. Like, if it wasn't Laporta, I would probably say yeah. If it was like any other tight end, but I'm definitely starting Laporta. But you might be able to trade Taysom Hill, before you put him back on the wire. See if you might be able to include him with somebody else and upgrade a receiver or running back somewhere. So explore those options if you can. So Nino's asking again. He got offered Gibbs for Bijan. I really don't know how to go about it. I don't think I'm there yet.
What? I'd get Gibbs. I'm there.
What? You're there? He didn't even think about it. You guys are crazy. I don't know if I'm there yet.
I'm ready to move on. If you get somebody like Gibbs,
hey, Frank's like that though, guys. Just so you know, like Frank don't fuck around. Hey, he's like,
he'll never drop Bijan again.
Yeah, he's like, that's it. He's dead to me.
I probably will never touch.
I'll trade him for.
Dude.
Yeah, he's like, I'll just take him for a bag of chips.
Yeah,
yeah.
Literally, like, I'm losing my season right now because of that guy. Literally, he's my number one pick, and
start building up resentment.
Yeah, I'm over here in last place.
If I wasn't such a damn good drafter, I'd be pissed off at Bijan too. But I'm still sitting in first, so I don't mind as much. But if I was losing because of it, I'd be pissed.
Hey, let Frank air it out. Go ahead.
No, that's all good. No, that's all good.
Hey, it was about to get real.
Oh man.
But that's
my bad. My bad.
Touching nerves here. Touching nerves.
That's rough. I should let him get into that.
Though, too.
Man. Oh, so am I the only one on the podcast that beat both of the other two people on the podcast this week? I think.
Yeah, probably.
I think
you beat me?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I beat you.
You beat me?
Yeah.
I
just had to throw that out here since I have both of you guys there. I just noticed actually. I just realized I played you.
You and I played, so we split, so that was all right.
Yeah. So we went 1-1. I think I'm up 2-1 on you so far, but anyway, it's all good. So yeah, so I think we're caught up in the chat here. Oh wait, somebody cat. He says I have two offers. Gotta mute me. I'm the master of the mute. He says I have two offers. Give Gibbs and get Olave, and give Bijan to get Amon-Ra. So would you trade? Let's just do the first one first. Would you trade Gibbs for Olave right now?
Especially
if you know. I was going to say, especially if you know you're going to get Amon-Ra for Bijan.
And I'm giving Bijan for Amon-Ra, and I'm starting fresh.
Yeah, but what running backs do you have after you trade two running backs for two wide receivers? We'll figure it out. Yeah, you're playing against guys like me, starting DeMarcado.
I would keep Gibbs over Olave, but I would definitely give away Bijan to get Amon-Ra.
Then you're rolling with Gibbs and Amon-Ra on the same team?
Yeah.
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
I hate running back wide receiver stack. It's like one of my least favorite stacks.
Let's get to Brooks's comment.
All right. Brooks, you're about to get blocked, fool. Hey, if Dustin knew how to block you, you'd be blocked already. He says,
hey, I blocked the CEO one time.
Yeah, on it. That's why.
No, I didn't.
We had to contact. We had to contact YouTube to get me back on, so I could even access our channel. That was pretty rough. But he said, "Doesn't be yeah, I'm used to taking L's."
You guys wonder why I haven't been on the show,
right? See, they're just giving you a hard time because you're here. So, Derek's saying he'd keep Gibbs and trade for Sun God. So Derek's with you, Frank. Brooks does say he's taking Amon-Ra over Bijan, but he's not trading Gibbs though. Yep, so yeah, you got two with you. Look at you. Derek saying Olave is getting targets, but all close to the line of scrimmage and only one touchdown, suffering from that Deontay Johnson. And he says plus the Saints lean heavy on the run.
Hill's problem.
Yeah, and more plays for Taysom. So
yeah, they get down to the goal line. All of a sudden, he's in there.
Yeah, boom, inside the 5.
Deciding to pass the ball, run the ball, catch the ball, whatever it's going on. Yeah, it's Taysom.
Yeah. They're just like, we're going to pull Olave, Derek Carr, and Kamara off the field. We're just going to put Taysom and 3 extra linemen, and we're
I
good.
seen him back there. I was like, what the heck is going on?
That's the
You don't
craziest
even know
thing I've
what's going
seen.
on, though. You know what I mean?
Seriously.
Hey, that's what they're
All right.
the way they paid that dude. That's what they're supposed to be doing. You were
Right.
getting the ball, bro. Hey,
There it is.
So Smokey the Cat came back and I said, I want to do one of those 12-team. My wide receivers are Chase and CD. My other running backs are Jacobs, Brees, Roshan, Charbs, and Najee. So that's why he's trying to move on those, because you asked about.
how's your team bad?
Huh?
I don't get how this team's bad. I would try to trade Jacobs. I just traded Jacobs. It was good, sounded good, killed it last year. But I mean, if I could get rid of, I'm keeping Brees. Take that.
Yeah.
But if I could trade like Jacobs, Roshan, Charbs, and Najee, I would trade
Charbs just
Najee
had
a
a
long
good
time
game.
ago,
I
to be
believe on
honest.
Charbonnet. I'm not too sold on him. We were just talking
Yeah,
about
Charbonnet's damn
Roshan.
near a drop candidate to me at this point. Like if
You could move
Yeah,
on
he's
to
right there with
Roshan.
Roshan for me. Yeah, Roshan and Charbs are basically the same at this point.
That's why you want to keep Gibbs.
Find one of these guys with no running backs and give them a Jacobs and Roshan or Jacobs and Charbonnet. Like they're gonna bite. Get yourself a wide receiver one, a low end running back with that. Like shit, get rid of Najee too. I'm trading. Hey, everybody got to go.
All right.
The fire sale. All right. So let's want to run back to the Monday night recap now? Or did we get that?
No, we're good. Let's do
There's
it.
a game tonight?
There was a game tonight. Look at that. I got the banner ready. That's exactly what I was working on. It's like we've done this before, Frank.
Right.
Monday Night Football recap. Chargers 27, Jets 6. Josh Palmer was put on IR, I believe, Saturday or Sunday afternoon. It's going to miss at least 3 more games because he missed the game tonight, which counts towards that stint. We saw Quentin Johnson come in, do absolutely nothing. Chargers really didn't have to do anything in this game offensively.
Hey,
their defense was offensive.
Quentin is consistent.
Right.
Yeah, honestly, offensively, they weren't really moving the ball much. I'm just happy that Eckler got his 2 touchdowns. That was nice. Worked out for him. But honestly, even I have Keenan Allen as well. Not a great day either offensively. Like you're saying, the defense did most of the work, the heavy lifting for them. And they did look good. Honestly, they did what they had to do to get this ugly win in. Because it was
and they still force fed him too.
Yeah, it was like the ugliest 27-3 game I've seen, or 27-6 game I've seen.
Yeah.
I feel like the score doesn't do justice because it was
it should have been like 9-6 is what it felt like.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it felt,
right?
felt like.
That would have been more conducive of like what actually happened.
Yeah.
And imagine with Wilson at the end there, maybe making a chance to win the game with a touchdown instead of tying it 9-9 with a field goal. They could have done that.
Hey, that's their first time not getting an offensive touchdown this season, according to the TV that I'm watching right here.
There you go.
Oh, really?
Bringing that hot fire. Yeah. So
I stole it. I had to give credit.
There you go.
Well, also remember seeing while they were on the game that they haven't scored all season when they started in their own side of the field or whatever. They haven't been able to basically get a good march down the field.
They've
I just love how Joe Buck
50 yards. They've never
right.
They've never had a drive over 50 yards to score.
Yeah,
we need it on the 49 in order to get in.
Holy
like on a turnover only. Like if their defense turns them over,
turns it over, gives it to them, they score.
Oh,
week
man,
9. Hey, week 9.
That's rough.
Like Zach Wilson's only got 49 yards in that arm, and he's just like, hey.
Anything over that, and I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So it's a pretty ugly game. Don't really need to switch to or talk about too much stuff on that.
No.
I mean, nothing else really.
No, we do.
Too much to talk about there. What else is there to talk about?
Brees hasn't broken one past the 50. I mean, he hasn't. I feel like we haven't seen that a lot this year, like in general.
Well, early he had a couple that he broke, but kept getting run down, which is why I was like, oh, he ain't ready yet. And then he broke that one pass, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. He scored that long touchdown.
Pass, but I'm saying like a run. Like, how many? Do you guys know of any
got caught
50-yard runs? Like, it's rare. It's happened. But like, I feel like this year's a lot few are far in between. Maybe I'm just I'm spitballing.
No, I think you're right.
No,
No,
we looked at
McCaffrey had
Scott
that
Hansen.
long one. No, McCaffrey had that long 65-yarder. Who else just hit a 60-yarder? Somebody hit a 60-yarder this week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The Mitchell who we were just talking about.
Mitchell.
Elijah?
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Keaton.
that's something I want to look up now.
So yeah.
Well, yeah.
We'll
No,
have to come back
Anthony
to
and
it.
I looked up.
Sorry.
What was it? 2 weeks ago. It was like only 3-4 running backs had 100-yard games. Even.
Oh yeah.
It was.
I got that from Dustin. He used to do that to me all the time. Hey, guess how many running backs had over 100 yards this week? It was like 2. Like,
Yeah,
it was
That
like
was a
it's
late night show.
remember that? Yeah, that was the
With
the
you
after
and
show.
Tycoon just asking,
Yeah, our little
Q&A.
trivia questions. Yeah, I've been doing that to Frank lately.
2:33 in the morning, just
Talking football,
which
man.
tight end had more than 7 receptions but under 8.
Yeah, he had a half
Like,
reception
what?
because he fell down. Yeah, the ball touched him in the hands. All right, so we'll move on that, man. So that's our recap. So what else we got here?
Pay some more bills before we get into the news and notes here.
All right, there we go. News and notes.
We're paying bills.
What happened?
That's what I'm saying. We're paying bills before that.
Oh, I was like, how the hell did that get there? I was like, I didn't do that. I was like, wait a minute, I was like, where did all this stuff in the middle of this go? I was like, the show's not over yet. All right, so let's get to it, man. Underdogfantasy.com, man. For those of you guys who don't know, underdogfantasy.com, or you can download the app in your app store. It's basically a real money best ball platform with some great preseason tournaments like their Best Ball Mania 4, where the winner this year is going to get $3 million, second place gets $2 million, third place gets $1 million. So they're making 3 millionaires this year. And their weekly best ball drafts, which are similar to the big tournaments, except for it's just a week with their DFS style. But what I like most are the pick'em contests. Did one tonight, didn't quite hit because Chargers didn't really do anything on offense. But a lot of things, you just pick higher or lower for players' projected rushing or receiving yards, their touchdowns, completions, or even like defensive players, how many tackles or sacks they're going to get, or interceptions, and you can win 20 times your money. They also have like their 100K sweepstakes that they'll do, where at least 1,000 people will be randomly drawn to win $100 if they just include the feature pick on their contest entry. So make sure you guys go sign up and use that promo code GetRight. And when you do, you'll get a 100% deposit match when you make your first deposit. And in addition to that, for the new customers, when you use that promo code GetRight, you'll also receive the new customer special pick'em, which this week is Bryce Young to have higher or lower than half a total yard. It's basically a free pick. It is subject to change in case he gets hurt or something. So make sure you guys stay current on that. Check it out. Go to underdogfantasy.com or log into your app and sign up with that promo code GetRight today.
Yeah, please help us out. We appreciate the support.
Supports the show.
Yeah.
All right.
We need the money.
There it is.
Money. Please sign up.
Keep growing. We could do better stuff for you guys here.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
We can get a phone number for Dustin over here.
There it is, right? Get him something over there. So we'll get into some news topics and injury updates. Dustin, if you do have to go, just let us know, man, whenever, because we're probably still about an hour away. But just so you know, if you do have to go, yeah, just give us the peace out. You're gonna leave here before you get into the news and notes. That was fun just talking football with you, man. You out of here?
I'm gonna watch.
All right.
All right.
Stick around.
No,
But
for sure.
I'm gonna log off. I'm watching. Hey, I'll be on the chat.
No, that works. So again, appreciate it, dude. Thanks for coming out and being on here with us. It's been way too long to have you on. So we'll see you next time, man.
Yeah. Gotta come more
I'll
back.
probably talk to you like tomorrow.
I
But it's all
appreciate
good.
you guys. Appreciate everybody for watching. But again, you guys are killing it. Keep killing it. Thank you for granting my make-a-wish. I had fun sitting front row.
Thanks for having you on your own show. You're welcome, man.
All right, boys.
Later, dude.
Go,
Appreciate you, bro.
Go Cowboys.
Oh man, I thought he was gonna make it through the show without saying it.
Anyways.
Exactly.
Whatever. All right, bro. Peace out, man.